Cobra. In this week's episode, we spend some time with rugby legend Kobus Wiese while Megan gives something special away. And show you what a breakfast run is like with the Cobra Club of South Africa by taking you to Stonehaven on Vaal, where we will be talking to Vincent Vili about his build and give a lady something that's been on her bucket list for 74 years. Join us as we show you what a breakfast run is like with the Cobra Club of South Africa.
We're in summertime, beginning of January, we're out at Stonehaven, and as you can remember from episode 1, Kenny's actually grown into his XXL shirt, and he thought that it was COVID, so he went on a sabbatical. Kenny, how's it, brother? Nice to see you at the show.
Good on you, bud.
And nice to see you out at Stonehaven.
Nice to be out.
We had 20 cars here today.
Given that we had more cars than the hosting club, I think there's nothing bad about that. Great weather. We just need to get out of here before the summer rains roll in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Having a Cobra, you're always looking at the rain. I read an article where they describe a Cobra as refined as a medieval battle axe. And for that reason, no roofs, so we need to get home.
Look, you get two kinds of Cobra owners. Those that have rained wet and those that are going to rain wet. I'm fortunately one of those that have already rained wet.
Yeah, and the nice thing with Kenny, he's rained wet about 6 or 7 or 24 times, and he still hasn't got a roof. So hopefully this year, anybody out there want to sponsor a roof for Kenny, even a nice umbrella, Kenny's keen. You can email Kenny at gmail@kenny.com. Dude, nice to see you. Let's go and see what Samka, the actual Samka run, has to offer. For the guys who don't know, we are at Samka, official Samka run, where Samka is the governing body of all the car clubs, and we're out there with a couple of clubs. So let's go and have a look and see what's happening.
Let's go have a look.
Vincent, fantastic to have you out at Stonehaven. Beautiful car. Is this a backdraft car?
Yes, so Andrik, it is a backdraft build, something that my wife and I had a plan and a dream about 15 years ago. We used to go to the NASDAQ car show, and we used to enjoy watching the Cobras there, and we said one day we'll be able to not just buy one, but we wanted to build it as a project. So 2019, we went out and met with somebody in Alberton, a builder. We bought a chassis, a backdraft chassis, and then I wanted to modify it even more. So as much as we try to keep it as authentic as a Cobra, but we sort of tried to add extra elements to make it much nicer. The wider arches, which is on the backdraft chassis. The engine, I went with a more modern engine, a Lexus 4.3 liter V8. simply because I wanted to be able to jump in a car, start and go. Listening to the clubs and listening to the guys, the Chevy versus Fords, awesome, loved the American engines, but lots of them also complain about problems on the engine. So I wanted one that I could just start and drive and go wherever. And everything else we've pretty much customized to what we wanted. The seats, the interior, the color as well. And we started 2019, took us a year and a half. And it's almost 2 years now. We're a member of the Cobra Club. Love it. We love the runs. We love the guys in the club. Everything about the club, the races, the events, everything about it.
Vincent, so in the old days, guys used to put in Chevy and Ford motors. And the reason why they put in the motors, there were a lot of them lying around. And now the factories like Backdraft would put in a Lexus motor. Yeah. And these Lexus motors, they make enough torque. You can slap a turbo on the motor. It generates a lot more torque. But these motors are reliable. Yeah. Is that the reason why you went with the Lexus in your car?
I wanted to be able to jump in the car, start it, drive, comfort and ease, go wherever, drive back home safely. So for me, reliability was the most important thing.
Vincent, thank you very much for showing us your awesome car, for being part of the club, and for joining us on King Cobra TV. I hope to see you at the next run.
Thank you, Hendrik. That was great.
By becoming part of the Cobra Club, you become part of a Cobra community. We have more than 200 years collective experience in repairing and keeping Cobras on the road. We join you as a member to our WhatsApp group with over 200 knowledgeable individuals that can assist you. If your car breaks down next to the road, you hear a funny noise coming from your diff, help is only a few seconds away. Join the Cobra Club today by visiting cobraclub.co.za.
After the break, we spend some time with Nkobani Bobo and make Aunt Elby's lifelong dream come true.
Cobra. Cobra.
My good friend Bobes is with us today, Nkobani Bobo, if I pronounced it correct. Nice to have you on the show, brother.
Thank you so much, Hendrik. Thank you. I mean, this is beautiful. I'm here for the Cobra, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you.
Bobes, so for a lot of rugby players, a lot of international guys, it starts off at a young age. Most sports, it starts off at a young age. Guys playing rugby in primary school, but then there are also some guys who start later off. When did it all start for you?
For me, Hendrik, rugby started off at high school. My dad was a big fan of Dell College, and he used to go watch Dell College. I mean, it's this little small town in King Williamstown. All the farmers from Cathcart, I mean, all the neighboring farmers used to come in with their bakkies and he used to roll up into King Williamstown, and it was a massive thing for the town. So he's normally used to shut down. And my dad was part of that sort of energy. And he loved rugby so much. I used to try and play a bit of soccer, football to those who don't know. And I went into the rugby game, and that was the start and love for it. I remember my very, very first game playing as a tight head prop. Dad owned a butcher, so packed on a bit of meat. So it was so surreal. Like, I scored on the 5-meter line thinking that I was scoring a try line, but I dived over like a goalkeeper. And I thought to myself, and looked up, and all my teammates were like, no, wrong line. And then I carried on and I scored. And I think that thing of knowing that you could be successful at something and you can enjoy something and people will sort of celebrate with you, that was my sort of first time I fell in love with the game.
Bobes, as a professional sports person, especially in the latter years, big contracts, guys earn lots of money, travel overseas. If you look at your illustrious career, the one specific highlight that made it worthwhile, all the blood, sweat and tears you put into becoming a professional sports person, what was that highlight for you?
Well, for me, the highlight for me was after the massive massacre that we had at Loftus, 1652, we lost against the All Blacks, and now we were playing them at home in Dunedin. And I was lucky to some a place where I found a lot of pain, House of Pain. I had torn my ligaments about a year before that, and now I was getting to start a test match for the Springboks against the All Blacks. And luckily enough, the Dunedin sort of students and the Scarvies standing in the corner, they had a little bubble corner there, which made me feel comfortable. And besides that, just to be recognized by another nation, playing against their nation, and for me, playing against one of the top players at that time, Tana Umanga, and just thinking that I can have a go. And this, to me, was what I dreamt about. This is what I wanted. I wanted that competition. I wanted to be up against the best.
So, Bob, for a lot of rugby players, when their career ends, a new career starts, something like commentating on games, analysing the games, you're part of that fold now. How is that different to what you've been doing? Is it just as intense? Please give us some background on that.
Well, first of all, it's a privilege to be there and sit around and talk about the game. It's something that I love so much. I'm passionate about the game. The chance and opportunity arose that I could be one of the people who could stand up and actually explain and analyze the game and make it much more friendly for the person who has never had the experience of playing, done my coaching levels in the UK. So my whole thing was to make sure that I can entertain, educate, and bring that to the fore to the people and understand the game the way that we want to see it.
My friend, we've invited you today to become part of what we call the snake culture. Cobras, these are the ultimate beasts to take out on the road. We want to put you in one. But before we get there, I want to find out about your car pedigree. What was the very first car that you ever owned?
My very first car that I owned was a Sentra sedan, burgundy one. Bought it all from a student back in the day, University of Johannesburg now. And it was a back and forth, back to training and back for me, and it worked a charm. And then rugby started going well. Got an Audi A3, upgraded to a 3 Series BMW. Bought myself a Jeep because I would like to have fun, but then the gas prices went up. And I finally found myself back into Mercedes-Benz because my dad hated the fact I was sponsored by BMW. I guess I had to bring it back for my father. It's a bit of a dedication to him.
Babes, imagine you win the lotto. What would be your ultimate car, and why would you say a Cobra?
Well, that is an interesting one. I think I'll have a Cobra because it's just, everyone wants to have presence. You want to have the willpower. You want to just show how much it means to you. With all of that cash and disposable, I think I will have one. It's one of those things. You look at it, it's a stud on the road. People who want to turn their heads. And then just love the noise because sometimes you have to just leave an impression. I think that'll be my imprint, and I'll come through and just roaring away past people.
If you had your own choice, what would be your ultimate car?
Well, my ultimate car will be a DBS Aston Martin. Aston Martin. It just sounds tongue-rolling. It's such a beautiful thing. I think the way that my son is a fantastic and a fanatic car man, I think me and him will really do enjoy that car. But at the end, you need a roadster. You need somewhere where you can just turn heads and just be like, what you think about this Cobra?
Babes, thank you very much for joining us today. As a token of appreciation, there's your own Cobra Club cap, and we hope to see you on the road in one of our Cobras very soon.
Thank you so much, Heinrich. This is a pleasure, and I'll wear this with pride.
While we were busy talking to Vincent about his build, you might have noticed an elderly woman and a daughter walk into the shot. 74-year-old Albie Pretorius and her daughter travelled all the way from Vereeniging in the hope to see a Cobra. Little did she know, in a couple of minutes from now, not only would she see one, but a lifelong obsession to ride in one would become a reality. Heinrich overheard her talking to her daughter about her love for Cobras, so we decided to have a chat with her.
Dis lieflik om by so tipe funksie mense te sien wat 'n passie het vir die karre. Tannie Albie, goeiemôre. Ek is bly om Tannie te hê. Milo, goeiemôre. Bly om jou te hê. Tannie sê vir my, Tannie hou al baie lank van die karre. Gee my 'n bietjie agtergrond.
Maar die ding is, ek was baie klein gewees toe so 'n Cobra vir die eerste keer gesien het, hoor. En ek was omtrent 7 of 8. Dis soveel jare terug. En elke keer as daai ouetjie vir sy meisie kom kuier het, né? Dan was ek by die venster. En ek het my verkyk aan die karretjie en ek het actually gesê as ek eendag groot is, wil ek so 'n kar hê. Maar dit het nooit gebeur nie. Nooit gebeur nie. Maar weet jy wat, nee? Hulle het 'n bekoring van hulle eie. Vir my was hulle nog altyd uniek. Daar is nie 'n kar wat by hulle kan Kersfees hou nie. Maak nie saak die ouderdom van hierdie karretjies nie. Maak nie saak nie. Hulle is beautiful, beautiful. En hulle moet gepamper word, soos wat hierdie ou gedoen het. Ek dink, en ek is 'n groot fan van skals, so dit trek vir my soos 'n magneet, hoor. Ek dink hy het 'n fantastiese job gedoen met hierdie kar, hoor.
Dis myne idee. Ek gaan tannie gou.
Ja, joh.
Ek gaan tannie gou net so uitvat vir 'n spin. Baie dankie, gaaf om tannie te ontmoet. Baie gaaf om jou te ontmoet ook. En ek gaan vir tannie gou vinnig net vir tannie se eerste rit vat in 'n Cobra.
Oh my word, dis is 'n droom wat bewaarheid word.
After the break, we take Nkambani Bobo for his first ride in a Cobra. Megan gives something away, and Albie Pretorius ticks an item off her bucket list.
Cobra. Cobra.
How many other guys do building, like restorations and building?
There's two factories in South Africa.
Yeah,
Superformance in PE,
yeah.
and then the other one is Backcraft in Durban.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are a lot of guys who buy the kits and then they build it at home.
Oh,
You know, some
okay.
guys are engineers,
Sure.
ex-mechanics, and then they build the cars at home. But obviously the guys, the cars built in factories
Yeah.
are a lot more expensive.
Do you know
And
who's
they also sell overseas.
another fanatic? Cars. John Smith.
Oh, we must get him in.
Get Barney in.
You must talk to him.
Barney, yeah. Get Barney in because
Yeah, that would be lekker.
he does a lot of like his biggest hobby is to buy cars, build them instead of selling and keeping. He keeps them.
Yeah,
So his wife hates him for that.
that's one of my biggest problems. you buy something to
You
flog,
build it,
and then the next minute it's so nice you
then
want to
you're
have
like,
it.
no, I'm keeping it. Wow! It doesn't get any old. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get old. I mean, I'm loving that. It still surprises. Wow!
Yeah, so no, it's a
That's a
it's a
thing.
lifestyle. Once
Yeah.
once a Cobra is bitten you,
And it's over.
you're a Cobra guy.
Nah,
That's
nah.
just, you can't change it.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's segment of Win with Megs.
Win with Megs.
This week I'm giving away two very special badges. They are the 100 commemorative birthday badges of Carol Shelby because he turned 100 this year. What you need to do to win these two badges is to SMS the words Carol Shelby to 071 156 8091. Good luck.
was dit dan nie?
Onbeskryflik.
Lekker as jy nog aan 'n kar?
Absoluut. Weet jy, daar's nie 'n vergelyking nie hoor. En daai vibrasie en daai klank en daai G-force wat hierdie kar het, hy druk vir jou terug en jy daar agter.
Ek kan nie nou daai kant help hoor.
Baie dankie. Ek waardeer dit so.
Dis 'n groot plesier.
Dankie man. Wow.
Join us next time as we talk to singer Arnie Jordan, ask some more Cobra owners about their builds, and let Megan tell you about her new project.
We might just take you for a spin. You'll have good luck for 2 weeks, or a centipede will crawl up your ear. I grew up as a poor child, an IT guy. I wasn't always this beautiful. It happened when I got a Cobra.
They are the badges for the 100
But out of the three, which would you say is the most engine, and why would you say lesser?
So the most engine would be.
That's a good answer. All right. Prefer to put in a Chevy. Being from Indian descent, in your native language, give me something about your car.
And the motors, the car is fast.
A special guest on the show today. Nobody else than Nanjani Simangi. 16, 23, 29.
We all know where it's
But
going.
why in the huddle didn't we say?
16:29.
Give it to you.
Yeah.
This is the guy throws it, he says, but you didn't shout 26953. I didn't know that I must catch the ball.
We said it was going to Yemen. Because they say it in Afrikaans. Film.
Okay.
So now I have to talk as if I'm in the huddle. Okay, guys, let's go. No, please give us some energy. Come on, guys, let's go. I said, hey, calm down.
Too much energy.
Too much energy.